I'm getting a mic.
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
On! We are on right now. Welcome back to another round of Ghost-Mortem Tuesday night with Eugene Tay and Jonathan Lim.
This is for Thomas Lim for being number one on Facebook.
All right, let's see
Your
our
soya bean
hellos.
is with me.
Who do you have on your Facebook site?
Lots of old folks here. Old
Old
Gat
folks.
here. Okay, Ivan says hello, Watermelon. Hello, Watermelon says hello, Ivan. Shimin is here. Jillian is here. Who else is here? Let's see. Jean. Hello, Jean. KK Heng is watching from Kutek Hupat Hospital. So please get well soon. I don't know why you're in a ward, but I hope it's a clean ward.
Clean as in clean, hygiene clean,
In
or
every sense.
hantu clean? Okay,
Who
on
else is here?
YouTube side, we have Aber, who's claimed first spot again. She dropped to second place last week. Back to first, Jillian Fernandez. Hello, second. We have Nicolas Poir. Dil Singh. Is Dil Singh a new name? Don't think I recognize Dil Singh.
All the YouTube names sound new to me.
Jill
Hello,
Chong.
YouTube
Jill
people.
Chong has been there. Herman Kumar, Mark Shipo. Hello, all your panties. Oh, sorry. Panelists.
Panelists.
Misread.
How can Herman Kumar is now on your YouTube site and not on my Facebook site? What's going on? Come back.
Yeah, so for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, we are streaming live on Tuesday nights, Ghost-Mortem, on both Facebook and YouTube. Previously, we just streamed on Facebook, but we realized that YouTube is where the bulk of our crowd is. So we stream on YouTube. But when we did that, Facebook fans was like, "Hey, don't forget us. We still prefer the Facebook interface." So we are filming on Facebook, YouTube, and for those of you who are not onto social media, we are also streaming on our website, supernaturalconfessions.com.
Right.
Yeah.
I've also got a couple of others. I've got Carlos Cole here. I've got Lincoln Heng. Hello. Lisha Ong. Hello, Lisha.
Alicia
Wow,
is
quite a
there.
few, leh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elaine Yo. Hello, Elaine. Mark Shippo.
Mark Shippo on both sides.
Regular.
Huh? It's on YouTube
Wow,
and
Mark
Facebook.
Shippo. Yeah, Thomas Lim says, okay, next movie outing with cheers to soya bean. Okay, deal. Okay. Vicky Chan. Hello, Vicky Chan. Are you new? Wave. I wave
No,
back
Vicky
to
Chan's
you.
been around also.
Is it?
She's
Okay. Hello,
She's
Vicky.
YouTubing on TV and Facebooking on the phone. Wow, double.
Wow. And she commented on both. Okay, well done. Okay. How many hands do you have? Okay. Wow. I see 5 thumbs up from Lincoln Heng. Okay.
Usually I would get Jonathan to explain to you guys what it's about, but because the first 2 episodes I got him to do the explanation, I thought today I should step up lah. and
You
tell
do.
Okay. Cliff Notes version about what Ghost-Mortem is about, and I'm going to give you the lowdown in 60 seconds or less. Okay, once upon a time, 2 friends, Jonathan and Eugene, love to watch horror movies. They still do love to watch horror movies, but back then they would watch it in the cinemas. And then the 2 of them would have supper and they would discuss about the movie. The movie may be an hour and a half long, but the discussion can be 3 hours long. And they thought to themselves, hey, maybe there are other people out there just like us who love to discuss about horror movies. Lo and behold, COVID-19 struck. Oh my God, we couldn't go out and watch a movie. So what do? We watch short films on streams, and then we made it live so that you guys can join us. And then long story short, we are now on season 5. We have gone past 2 years actually 2 years
2
of
years, yeah.
Ghost-Mortem.
One whole pandemic. And we weren't sure whether after the pandemic it still made sense, but here we are, and here you all are, and the community is growing, but our old guard from season 1 are still with us as well. So it's pretty amazing. So thank you all for being with us all this while. I want to make a special shout out because here's a blast from my past on the Facebook side. Someone named Maitreya Om, I love the nickname, okay, who was actually an actor in one of my plays from a long time ago. Hi! Good to see you again. Yeah. Oh, stay with us, okay? Stay with us.
Ivan Go suggested we should record our intro for the beginning of GM. I don't want to do that. You know why?
No.
Ivan, every time we intro what GM is about, it is different. So if you actually look back on 5 seasons of GM, you will never find us saying the same thing twice.
Yeah. In other words, we never get better at it. It's always the first time.
Yeah.
And we always leave out stuff. So okay, let me fill in some of the gaps. Okay. That was a good intro, but in the 5 seasons, we've also expanded beyond just sharing the short films. Right? Normally what we do is we watch the short film, then we do a commentary where we discuss, right? And then after that, we sum up and we talk about other topics. But in between, we started also talking about what's coming up in the cinema. So we started to introduce, Akan Datang or what's showing at the moment, as well as what's on Netflix, HBO, etc. Right? And then we decided when the cinemas opened, we would have a special session every 3 or 4 weeks to talk about what's in the cinemas, and that's called GM Squared, Ghost-Mortem Go Movies. And then at the end of the season, we will have, this is the most important thing, the Ghost-Mortem Report, where all the films from the season will be pitted against each other and everyone gets to vote for 6 categories shortlisted by our panelists. So a lot to look forward to. Okay, this is episode 3. Are we in episode 3? Yes, episode 3 of the season. Yeah, so it's not too late to start catching up. Okay, don't wait until at the end of the season, then you have a lot of homework to do.
Yeah.
Start watching now.
Ivan Go is asking, what is Eugene drinking today? Eugene.
Yes, what are you drinking today?
Eugene will be drinking alcoholic drink, wine, soju, whiskey, gin. But today I drink water because I sick.
Aww, poor thing.
Must be all the late nights been watching Stranger Things 4.
Thomas says next week we must GM Jurassic World.
Huh?
Really?
Why? Is that a horror show?
Is it a horror show or horrible show? We only do horror shows.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark Schippo, we also chat about John's watermelon. Yes, we do. Ta-da. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I must mention a movie out there, which just popped up on the on the radar. But I think it's gonna disappear. It's called Araf 4. Has anyone heard about it? Eugene, did you hear about this?
No. What's Araf 4?
It's a Turkish horror film.
Oh my goodness.
And Turkish horror films are awesome because they're usually terrifying.
Freaky.
Yes, and it's like all the other Turkish horror films that have terrified us. It's also about making deals with the jinn.
Yes.
And the price you pay for that, right?
I seen a clip of it. It was very freaky. I just didn't know what it was called, but it was a Turkish horror film.
Yeah, because I mean there have been quite a few, right? Like the book, whatever, right? There was a series that was really awesome, and there are a couple of others, and so this is part 4 of a series as well.
So clearly asking, is it on Netflix?
No, it is in the cinemas, but it only has 2 screenings this week. So let's hope that after Thursday it doesn't disappear, and maybe that's something we can watch next week. Because we have not watched a Turkish film together.
What do we watch this week? Then we can do a GM Squared next week.
Those 2 showings are in the daytime.
Okay.
But hopefully over after Thursday there might be more lah. Fingers crossed.
Who shows horror movie in the daytime?
When I don't know. When Top Gun is filling up all the screens, that's why. Okay. Yeah. What is this? As long as there's dinosaurs, it will never be horrible. Okay. Thank you, Thomas.
Okay. So cool. Thank you everyone once again for joining us this evening. Ghost-Mortem has always been a very intimate affair, very cozy affair, and it only works because you guys chat along with us, dissect along with us, and that's where the fun really is. And if you have not yet liked and shared this post, please do so, because the more people getting involved in the discussion, the more exciting the discussion will be. Yeah. What are we watching today, John?
So, usually our season is split evenly between supernatural horror and psycho horror, right? So there have been some really, really remarkable psychotic killer films, right? Like your favorite with the ankle, right? For example, right? And one of my favorites with the first date in a Halloween escape house story again, so we've had lots of classics, right? So I've been saving up a few for this season. So I thought, okay lah, episode 3, let's go. Let's go for the blood and the gore. So the title is excellent. It's called Pieces of Me,
Already the title
Yeah,
is
I
a
know.
giveaway. Oh my
It's
goodness.
wonderful. And by a woman director, wonderful, by Julia Max, and it's actually a very woman centric film. All the protagonists are female. Okay, and I can't give away too much. It's quite thrilling, but one reason I love it extra is because it's all about acting.
Okay.
So it's about the craft of doing, creating good roles and good performances. So there's twice as much to talk about.
All right, enjoy. This is a
Yeah.
Pieces of Me.
He murdered my daughter.
He murdered my daughter. He murdered my daughter.
She was just a child.
She was just a child.
She hadn't even done anything.
You can't kill someone and then walk away like nothing happened.
You can't kill someone, then walk away like nothing happened.
Where's the justice in that?
That son of a bitch is going to pay. And if the cops won't make him, then I will.
Cut!
Thank you for coming in.
Oh, thank you. Do you need anything, like an adjustment or?
That won't be necessary.
Okay.
We'll be in touch.
Well, thank you. It was nice to meet you. Hey.
Hey, what the hell happened in there? I just got a call from him saying it. You've got some work to do.
Okay. Well, what more do you want me to do? I mean, I've done everything you asked me to do. I barely recognize myself in the mirror anymore.
It's not your looks this time.
And what is it?
It's just. They don't think you have the emotional depth to play the part.
What's that supposed to mean?
They think you're playing it too safe.
Well, I can go further.
Yeah, that's what I told them. You're lucky she owed me one. I got you a call back for Tuesday, but you need to step up your game on this one. I'm done pulling strings for you, Nat.
I will. I can. I will.
Don't let us down.
I won't. I won't. Todd, thank you. Really, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lauren Evans, and I'm auditioning for the role of Sandy. I'm going to start with the singing portion of the audition. I hope you like it. When you come to the end of the day, and the night calls your worries all away, do you ever watch the setting sun and dream of things?
Can I help you?
Hi, Miss Evans. I don't know if you remember me. I'm Natalie. I was in acting class with Lauren.
From the funeral. What can I do for you?
I just miss her so much. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come here. This was a mistake. I apologize.
No. Would you like to come in?
Really?
Yes. I would like that.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Please, sit down.
I have to say I'm a big fan of yours. I've seen all your movies.
Well, thank you. It's nice to know people are still watching.
What?
It's just in this light. Your eyes are so much like Lauren's. So what can I get you? Coffee, tea?
Oh, a tea would be good, thanks.
Great. Your timing couldn't be more perfect.
What?
I said your timing couldn't be more perfect. The kettle just started to boil. Milk? Sugar?
Yes, please.
Brown? White?
Both.
What's that?
Just a notification on my phone.
Alrighty.
What kind of tea?
Chamomile.
Oh, then, just honey, please. Thank you.
All right. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes, I was just coming to see if you needed any help.
Oh, no, I'm fine. So, were you close with Lauren?
Oh, not really. She's actually quite horrible to me.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, no, that's fine. In the end, it helped. It made it that much easier to kill her.
Excuse me?
I killed your daughter. That's hot.
How can you say such a thing?
Because you need to hear it. I took her eyes. She wasn't the only one. I got these from a waitress in Maine. I got this from a Pilates instructor in New York. And this is from Texas, of course. And these, you recognize these, don't you?
How?
Oh, I ate them. I popped them right out of her head with a melon baller.
Why?
My agent said blue eyes would make it easier for me to book roles. I tried. Contacts, they looked fake.
How could you?
How could I not? Before all of this, I was just background. Nobody would give me the time of day, and now people see me. I wouldn't expect you to understand. You're just like Lauren. People can't help but notice you.
You get out of my house.
I'm so sorry if I caused you any pain, but I needed her eyes.
You get out of my house! I'm calling the police. What the? Oh! Oh! Oh!
You starting to believe me now? I really did kill Lauren. I promise I would not make that up. You know, the pain of losing a child is one of a kind. You'd be surprised how difficult it is to imagine that kind of grief when you don't have children. What is that? Hmm? Is that pain? Turning into anger. And then revenge. Now! If I take this duct tape off your face, will you tell me exactly how you're feeling right now? No screaming. Promise? Good. Well, can't say I didn't try. Barbecue.
Singing in that class because they've created I hate you. Get out of my face. Because it's just like so invasive. I love you, Mom.
Killed my daughter. She was just a child. She'd never done anything. How can you kill someone and then just walk away like nothing happened? Where's the justice in that? That son of a bitch is gonna pay. And if the cops won't make him, then I will.
Cut. Well, that was beautiful, Natalie. Really? Your pain, it was so real.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh dear.
Oh my. You know, it might be too early to say this right now, but this is episode 3, and I think we might have a best actress contender.
Ooh.
Yeah, right here.
Definitely some solid acting here, but also, you know, I'm thinking best it's an interesting entity, right? Because she's such a human entity, yet she does qualify as the entity, right?
Yes.
The killer has to be the entity, and I guess the mother, who's the victim, is the protagonist. I'm not sure though. But at the same time, she's also the protagonist. So this one will be tricky.
Yeah, how do
we
we
have to
classify
discuss with the panelists? Easier to just say best actor. Lah.
Yeah, we'll let the panelists decide some
Yes.
things. And that is
so
why...
poor panelists,
Yeah.
you have some challenging choices to make.
So any of you out there watching this so far, season 5, who have been with us from episode 1, 2, and 3, you are really someone who's important to this ecosystem, and we do invite you to consider coming on board and joining us as a panelist. We will give out the number to call and the WhatsApp number to join as a group, of which then you will have some very key responsibilities like making decisions like that. Okay?
Because there'll be too many nominations, right? If we don't have the panelists to shortlist first, right? So you will be the first cut, right? And then we'll end up with maybe 4 or 5 nominees for everyone else to vote for, right? So you guys are very important. Okay. I've got some interesting questions. Okay, so there's some latecomers here. Wei Kai joined us a bit late. Sonia managed to join us mid-film. Hello. Jasmine asked, what's the name of the show again? It's Pieces of Me. Right? Thomas says, anyone want to be a football star? Let's go eat David Beckham's leg.
If only life is so simple that you could just eat someone's whatever body part and then you get it.
Yeah, lor. If she wants to be in a action film, she needs to eat The Rock. You know? I mean, what is wonderful about this is that this film must be so weird and cannibalistic to a foreign audience, but to an Asian audience, especially a Chinese audience, it's like, yeah, totally.
Eat brain.
Right? This is why you eat pig's brains and all these things, right? Yeah. So, no limits, man. No limits. Whatever makes sense. I mean, because for us and for many Asian cultures, it's always about sympathetic magic, right? Whatever has a natural parallel has that correlation.
Yes.
Right? Smart animal, eat, I get smart. Brave animal, eat, I get brave. Yeah, totally, right?
Yeah.
So cannibalism is just one step away. One step away.
And I think it does work to a certain extent, doesn't it? That's why it's still going on. Otherwise, people wouldn't have trusted that.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm very fascinated because on my side, on the Facebook side, people were guessing all the way, quite late into the film, why she was trying to hurt the mother or why she wanted the mother at all. Even after she confessed. Yeah, even after she confessed, I took your daughter's eyes, they were still wondering about why kill the mother, right? Was it better on the YouTube side? Did anyone guess early?
Okay, let's check. We have a lot of people asking what's going on. Shocking. Take her nose. Taser.
Nose.
Yeah. Herman says ice cream, like ice cream, and also something totally irrelevant to the whole movie conversation, but something that I think they got my attention is Elaine is not wearing any panties right now. Gosh, she's late to the party. There was some panties conversation. Young Oliver says Pieces of Me was a song by Jewel. And
yes.
He also said placebo effect, that people eating all this will give people Chinese people the belief that
that you're stronger and better.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, in this version, right, the law is very literal, right? Because even before the confession, the mother recognized the eyes.
Yeah.
Right, and said in a certain light, you look like my daughter, and she's like, haha, Yeah, so this one takes it very, very literally, like she got her flat tummy from the Pilates instructor, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So it makes no sense to think about it in terms of an actual blood and guts murder, because people were asking things like, how does she get rid of the body and all that? I don't think the film cares, right? It's almost sort of very, very practical and literal in terms of the logic of what she does, but then after that, very metaphorical about whether she's going to get caught or, she's not thinking about any of those things. She just wants to get a role, right? Yeah, so the good thing is in a short film, you can dispense with a lot of logic, right? If she was in a feature film, you have to fill in all these holes, How did she get rid of the daughter? Blah 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 blah. These prints. But in a short film, just focus on the very important thing, which is her desire to nail the role. So there's a clean and efficient quality about short films, which is why we're here, right?
I'm just thinking, on another level, because obviously it's a short film, we did not see the whole what happens outside of it. Just for discussion's sake here. On one hand, it's very easy to say, okay, the law of this world is that whoever you eat the body parts, you will get it, right? And it's as simple as that. You eat the body parts, you get it. But nothing in this show also shows us that it's a different world from ours. So could it be, for discussion's sake, I think this is a lot cooler, which means she thinks that by eating, because this is what Oliver said, it's placebo, but she thinks by eating the certain body parts, she would get it. But of course, she had to work for it as well, right? So I'm thinking this could all be up in her mind. Like, she eats the brain, she thinks she absorbs it, and that's why she can emote better. I'm leaning towards that rather than a law itself.
Okay. I will say that, that it makes sense, right? That there is a possibly a psychosomatic sort of basis to all this, right? That it's a ritual for her, and that's very much part of serial killer law, right? The thing they're doing, the ritual, the displaying of the body, the all the weird stuff they do, seems very vital and important to them in a very OCD kind of way, right? It fulfills some strange thing, but actually that makes no sense whatsoever. It's all in their head.
Correct.
Right? But it's real for them. So this law is a personal law. I don't even think it's a law in this world. But it's just her. Because the other actors can't do this.
Correct. Because if it's a law in the world, it will be something like the vampire show that we show you guys, right? The Korean one, where they show that the mothers will go down to a certain area, buy the blood. Because the movie will then show you that in this world, that is a norm. But we see no evidence in this.
In that film, the law is social law. Whereas in this film, it's very much personal law. There's no sense of what else the community, basically no one else matters except this woman and her goal. And it's supernatural only in her context.
Correct.
So, but I would say that it would be a mistake to read it so literally because the style gives us clues. So if you think about what was it, Thicker Than Water, right? The one you're talking about, the Korean vampire film. That one, because it's filmed very realistically, it's very gritty. So it wants you to think this could be real. In this case, you started with an eyeball banana milkshake. It's telling you not real, not real, right? And even the style throughout the show, right? Including that split screen sequence, which is the kind of split screen you would see in a romantic comedy.
Or a high show, or a...
So there's a certain light playfulness to the whole thing, right? And even in terms of atmosphere, I was talking about how bright and warm the colors are, because it's clearly trying to be not a horror film and not a real situation, but almost a fairy tale kind of situation. But what I love about it is its most fundamental thing, the thing that you need to make this premise work, right? And the premise being as simple as bad actress eats someone's brain and suddenly gets good, right? It's just that's the pitch. This only happens if you have an actor that nails it. Everything hangs on her getting it so wrong and then getting it so bloody right.
That's why I say the acting for this character.
Yes. So huge risk because everything about this idea lives or dies based on her ability. And she was so bad at the start. She was so bad.
And speaking of acting as well, even when she was acting crazy, and when she was laughing and said, "I killed your daughter," I did not. It's very easy to go into a very over-exaggerated psycho character, but she did not. You could almost see it as a matter of factly. This is what it is, and which is what I want to talk about. Did she tell? Because this is something that was spoken about on YouTube as well. On the group chat. Did she tell the woman that only because she wanted to incite that emotion from her, and then when she eats her brain, that's the last memory, that is the top of mind.
It's actually in the dialogue, right? After she first confesses and says something like, "I killed your daughter," or "I took her eyes," or something, the mother says, why would you say something like that? And she replies, because you need to hear it.
Oh, I missed out.
And what she means is, not for your emotional processing, but because I'm preparing you
I see.
to be my dish.
Okay, I did not. Yeah. That was not what I took from that. But see, that's the importance of Ghost-Mortem. When you share, you dissect, right? Then you start to go, aha.
Catch these things, yeah. So when we rewatch it later and comment, look at how she's setting it up. Because if she kills her right away, it doesn't work. She's not ready. So there was a comment earlier about, why eat it raw? Why not cook it beforehand? I think in a certain way, she is cooking it. She's cooking the emotions. She's letting them brew to the right point, then she killed. If you had killed her right away, you'd just be eating a normal brain.
Yeah. And you'd be probably whatever that's the last memory, top of mind.
Correct. Yeah, so she needed to prime it, right? Season it and prep it. That's what that whole conversation is.
Agitate her to be the entree.
So I love that. I love that about it,
Yes. So she wanted the mother to get into the role for her. Yes, I believe so. So it's about priming your target and then eating them. Ivan Go is asking...
Mark asked a question.
Go ahead.
Why did she hide the lipstick?
Yeah, why? She didn't need to hide the lipstick, what?
Let's take a look later and we see. Okay. What else? Okay, what have you got?
We also have what is the relationship between the daughter and the killer. If you listen to the dialogue, I believe they were schoolmates or
they were acting school classmates.
And the daughter was very mean towards this actress. So
because the daughter was very likely the best in the class, right? With the blue eyes and the blonde hair, with a mother with the mother who's also an actress.
Yeah.
Right? So she clearly is, acting royalty, and then this poor girl clearly, before all this transformation, she clearly wasn't much.
Yeah.
Right? So there was a bit of tension between them, and so it's quite easy to imagine that the daughter would have been an early target for her, right? And someone spotted quite early that it was her eyeball being eaten at the beginning, right? Yeah. The fact that the mother was a former horror movie... Hello, Himan is here. Okay. Former horror movie actress. Maybe it's an allegory for new actresses eating older actresses and replacing them. So this is a reason to make a film about Jamie Lee Curtis being eaten. And then...
and
I love the idea.
Called Cindy, right? Remember I was saying that Cindy is such
such a classic final girl name, right? Gene has a nice term. Gene calls it emotional marination.
Nice.
Emotional marination. I like that. Brain carpaccio. Yeah, new Scream Queen. I love that. Yeah. So, I mean, this is good because this is a very meta horror experience, right? We who love horror can appreciate what goes into the making of a good horror character, a good horror actress, and then you can twist it some more and add horror to that, so that's great fun. Did we ever see that film about the horror convention? Do you remember that one? The actress at the horror convention.
Yes. Oh, that was so disturbing.
Yeah, but that also is in a similar way, right? Very meta, right? We should revisit that sometime.
Okay.
Maybe in our WTF season.
That
or
was
something.
definitely a WTF show. I think it was in the WTF show.
Yeah.
Like
so we didn't get to talk
or
about it.
something.
We didn't get to talk about it much. So maybe we can watch it again.
Now it's 10:40. Shall we watch it again and then
quick review? Everyone listen to the dialogue again and see how it makes sense differently now that you know what's going on, right? Because that's always the best, to watch it again.
Here we go. We will play with the volume high up so you can listen to the dialogue. I think that's more important.
Okay, and those who are late, here's your chance to enjoy.
Looks very nice, like a cooking show.
That's why it's not a realistic tale lah.
Yeah.
Clearly the setup is a bit cookie.
Now they open up there. You see, everything's so bright.
And the eyeballs are kind of a little bit fake, right? The red is too red.
Okay lah, but I think really their the brain and everything, even the eyeballs, the quality of the fake, even if it's fake, it's a good fake.
It's a good fake, but it's too clean a fake. Yeah. It's like your eyeball only has blood on one end. The eyeball itself is like perfectly polished.
He murdered my daughter.
She was just a child. She was just a child. She hadn't even done anything.
You can't kill someone and then walk away like nothing happened.
I want to ask later the toughest question of all.
Yeah.
Why are these auditions bad?
That's
I didn't think they were bad.
They are bad.
Okay, I mean, you're the director.
Yeah. So I want to see whether anyone can spot why all of these early performances are all considered not good enough. Let's put it that way. Right? And why her performance at the end
That won't be necessary.
could pass.
We'll be
You
in
know,
touch.
let's see whether anyone can spot that difference.
Because the first few look like Amber Heard on the stand, you know, talking about their pain but not crying. I think that the dialogue in the car is very important.
Yeah. The car scene is to set up her desperation. 100% setting up her desperation.
Look at all the girls in Hollywood, everyone wanting for that one
Wow.
role.
This scene is very, very stressful.
And that's why it's in Tinseltown you will suck a dick just to get a role, no matter what. Because you're so desperate. So
Yeah.
in this way, it's sucking a dick is the equivalent of eating the body part. So you would go to the extreme and okay, dialogue time.
So it is an allegory, 100% an allegory for the things you would do, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you're caught up in this crazy rat race called Tinseltown.
Hey,
Hey, what the hell happened in there? I just got a call from him saying it. You've got some work to do.
okay. Well, what more do you want me to do? I mean, I've done everything you asked me to do. I barely recognize myself in the mirror anymore.
This is a revealing line. I barely recognize myself in the mirror.
What is it?
It's just they don't think you have the emotional depth to play the part.
Most people would think that as an actress, you go under the knife. You go for plastic surgery, and
Yeah.
so you don't recognize yourself
Well, I
anymore.
can go further.
Yeah, that's what I told
So
him.
all the lines are very
Lucky she owed me
innocent
one. I got you a
until
call
you
back
know
for
what's
Tuesday,
going
but
on.
You need to step up your game on this one. I'm done pulling strings for you now.
I will. I can. I will.
So this is the
Don't
ultimatum,
let it
right?
down.
I'm not
I
going to
won't.
pull any more
I
strings
won't.
for
Todd,
you.
thank you. Really, thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow, so much pressure to be an actress.
So Hemant is pointing out something interesting.
Yeah.
That she looks different after she eats the brains.
Does she?
Her hair seems longer. I don't know. Maybe it's in our
Yeah.
head. Maybe it's a subtle shift.
No, but
You know?
this Herman is always very. He's quite on point for a lot of things.
And even KK is saying, yeah, the makeup at the end resembles the older actress. So let's try to remember what she looks like now.
Okay. This one probably got lips done, Botox done.
Yeah. I mean, she's the classic California older woman, you know, with all the features of a younger
See,
woman.
it just shows you as he pens the wall, right? Her as
Yeah.
a Scream Queen character.
Yes, correct. All the subtle details. And then here, lovingly looking at her daughter's audition.
Watching it a second time, right, and for us doing a commentary makes more sense, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at her hair now.
So her hair is clearly a bit
I don't know if
straggly,
you remember
right?
me. I'm Natalie. I was
It's
in acting class with
straggly at the end. I think it gets straighter later.
From the funeral.
A bit more like the
What can I
mother's
do
hair.
for you?
I just miss her so much. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come here.
This is her
was a
acting
mistake.
because
I
obviously
apologize.
she knows that she killed the
no,
daughter.
Yes.
She's here for a purpose. This is acting.
Yeah.
Would you like to come in?
So she's not a bad actress. She can fool the average grieving mother.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Please, sit down.
Such a gorgeous color. Look at that, right? It's still the colors we're talking about. Remember, we're talking about the cool blue-green and then the orange, right? It's still there. Both are there. But here it's not being used to be scary. You know, that's not the intention. Instead, there's a warmth and a coziness. It feels safe. It feels safe.
It's just in this light.
Okay, listen to this.
Your eyes are so much like Lauren's.
So much like Lawrence.
No foreboding green this time. But there is a bit.
No, but
there's a bit
the
of-
happy smile is like, yes, it worked.
So what can I get you? Coffee, tea?
Oh, a tea would be good, thanks.
Okay, everyone watch the split screen and see what she's doing, okay? I love this sequence, such a efficient way of... the duct tape, always the
Your timing
giveaway.
couldn't be more perfect.
What?
I said your timing couldn't be more perfect. The kettle just started to boil. Milk? Sugar?
Yes, please.
At this
Brown,
time, right?
white?
I thought the mother, the Green Mother, might be some psychotic woman trying to do something
Yeah,
to her.
because you don't know who is dangerous.
What's that?
Right?
It's just
So
a
it's not a
notification on my
lipstick, it's the taser.
Yeah, so
She
this
got-
part
she
totally
got-
got me into the whole what's going on.
What kind of tea?
Chamomile.
Oh, then, just honey, please. Thank you.
All right.
Delay the mother, delay the mother.
Oh,
Oop, 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 oop.
everything
That was the
all right?
taser.
Yes, I was just.
So she's got the little taser disguised as a lipstick. And because she dropped it, that's why it didn't work just later.
it does, it did.
No, but it didn't work at first. Then when the mother took it, then it worked.
No lah.
Remember?
No.
God. Watch,
Okay,
watch.
later watch.
You watch. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, no, that's fine. In the end, it helped. It made it that much easier to kill her.
Ta-da.
Excuse me.
Excuse
I
me.
killed
Emotional marinating begins.
your dad. That's hot. Because you need to hear it. I took her eyes.
Because you need to hear it.
Yeah.
She wasn't the only one. I got these from a waitress in Maine. I got this from a Pilates instructor in New York. And this is from Texas, of course. And these.
So there's a bit of strategy here. All her kills are in
recognize
different
these, don't you?
states,
Mm.
right?
I didn't
So
realize
she
that.
is, yeah. So Maine, Texas, New York. So she is
Right.
being sneaky.
I ate them. I popped them right out of her head with a melon ball.
With a melon baller.
My agent said blue eyes would make it easier for me to book roles. I tried. Contacts, they looked fake.
How could you?
How could I not? Before
I like
was
that. How could you?
background
How could I
would give me
not?
the time of day, and now people see me.
This is the best kind of psychosis
Yeah.
because in her mind, it
I
just
wouldn't
makes
expect you to
perfect
understand.
sense.
You're just like
Justified.
Lauren. People can't help but notice
Yeah.
you.
She's not mad at all. She's
I'm
just
so sorry if I caused you
doing
any
what needs
pain,
to be
but
done.
I needed her eyes.
You get out of my
and she's still
house.
apologetic about it. It's like,
Yeah, it's a matter of fact. Like, when
Calling
you guys
the
got
police.
everything, I'm
Yeah.
just taking it.
yeah. Okay, see lipstick come out. You see? Taser.
What?
Ah, yeah. Grab.
No, she wasn't. She just take it
Oh,
out.
okay.
She hasn't even
Oh,
pressed
yeah,
it.
she snatched it. She
Yeah.
didn't press it yet. Yeah.
But the taser so small got so much power.
I know, right?
You know, I think there was some police case where they tried to tase that drunk guy so many times he didn't even fall unconscious. This lipstick one can.
I love yeah.
In fact-
And her kill suit is amazing.
Very fashionable.
Are you starting to believe me now? I really
Wow,
did
gorgeous
think, Lauren,
framing.
I promise I would not make that up. You know, the pain of losing a child is one of a kind. You'd be
I think the mother is going to get my vote for best scream in the whole of Ghost-Mortem. In the whole of 5 seasons, the mother, she's definitely vintage scream queen material, man. Right, when the masking tape comes off, you listen to that scream. It's excellent.
She wants her to scream and be scared. You can see this.
Oh yes, yeah.
Marinating it.
Yeah, such elegant taunting.
If I take this duct tape off your face, will you tell me exactly how you're feeling right now? No screaming. Promise.
She knows she's gonna scream.
Of course.
Check it out.
What a wonderful scream.
Can't say I didn't try.
Look at that face. Wow.
Why she taste her tits? Yeah, lipstick taser won't make anyone faint. Yeah, I also agree with that.
And then, based on the elegance of the film so far, you don't expect a lot of gore. So the next bit really surprises you. You know, the straightforward sort of scalping. You know, it's like, oh wow, they really went there. They really went there. You know.
I think the fault of every Hollywood victim is turning her back on the murderer. She didn't have to turn her back and take out the phone. She wouldn't be in this position.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a beautiful scene.
Oh, so lovely. So, and yet still so warmly lit. Look at that.
Hear
It's
the sound.
same.
You got your earphones on, hear the sound.
Yeah.
The scorching
Excellent.
sound.
Look at that. Oh, beautiful. And when she starts digging for a piece to bite, it's excellent.
This is so Silence of the Lamb. Right?
Well, this is far more appetizing than Silence of the Lambs. This is the Master Chef version of Silence of the Lambs. Look at that. Look at that fishing for. Oh, look at that.
The props is very good.
And then she gets the upload. She gets the uploading.
Yeah.
Right.
So this
and
part
you
makes
see,
me feel that maybe there is the law there, just kind of guessing it.
at least in her head, in her head, that it's a process, right? And you see that all that's being uploaded are visions of the daughter.
Because she knows her daughter, so that's the memory.
Yeah. No. That this is what the mother sees. The mother's obsessed with the daughter and the memory of the daughter. You know, right? So this is what she's getting. She's becoming a mother. So it's not even just grief or rage, but yeah, I love that. I love the subtle humor threaded throughout. I love the food coma, the little food coma after that.
No, the hair is the same lah.
Okay, now
But
now
she put
watch.
makeup.
Okay, what's the difference between her audition now and her audition earlier?
She was just a child. She'd never done anything.
Her dog stepped on a bee.
How can you kill someone and then just walk away like nothing happened? Where's the justice in that? That son of a bitch is gonna pay. And if the cops won't make him, then I will.
Cut. Well, that was beautiful, Natalie. Your pain, it was so real.
I love how genuinely moved she is, right? She's so happy. It's
We'll be
like
in touch.
we rarely get to see serial killers happy. It's a happy ending. And then just that smile. I love that.
Okay, guys. Herman said something else that I think might lend some credence here. Remember, we said that this is a normal world and the law does not take place, unlike the other shows that we introduced to you guys. But Herman said, from her little bottle, it seems that she might be a witch. This is witchcraft. So possibly, if you put in that supernatural angle, right? This is after all a supernatural movie. It could be using that little bottle, and she because what is that? What is that? Is that pepper? Because I couldn't tell what it was.
I'm much more inclined towards the stylistic comedic answer, which is yes, it's pepper. She just can't stand the taste of raw flesh.
Really?
So
Let's take a look at that again.
It's the same way that in iZombie, for example, they all eat brains with hot sauce. It's that. I mean, look at her, right? Why doesn't she just eat the eyeball? Why make it into a milkshake? Because eyeballs are gross.
Okay, I'm gonna stop here, right? We're gonna see.
Yeah. See, it's pepper.
How is that pepper? It's
pepper
sparkly.
lah. I think it's sparkly just to be beautiful. Because think about it. All right, if it is magical, then that should have been in the milkshake at the beginning.
Doesn't look like pepper though.
Was that in the milkshake at the beginning? because that would be the clincher, right? Is this part of the first recipe?
So let's see, right?
Bananas, cream, sugar, okay, eyeballs, milk.
Okay lah, never say.
Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible. You know, I think by putting it in a very exquisite little bottle, right, with a little bit of a, mystical, flavor to it, it leaves it open to interpretation. It could be magic, it could just be pepper. Either way, it works. If they were dead set on a pepper joke, they would have made it obviously pepper.
Yeah.
They left it ambiguous exactly for this reason, so that you're free to think both.
I think we should ask the director.
Yes, we can email them and ask. Okay, so the big question I wanted to ask everybody, right? And this is homework for everyone. Okay, what was the thing that made her performance at the end better and more satisfying than at the beginning? Right? She and all the other actresses we saw in the audition at the beginning were all making the same mistake.
What was that mistake? Okay, this one is
And
professional
yet,
level.
at the end, she didn't make that mistake. So basically, she solved one thing. By eating the brain, she figured out one thing, which is just an acting thing. She could have done it with a good acting teacher. Okay, but she had to eat a brain to do it. Can we figure out as Ghost-Mortem what that thing is?
Are you gonna give us the answer today, or we gonna come back next week?
I think let's talk about it next week. But this gives you a reason to go and watch it again and compare the auditions with her final. Because by the time you reach the end, you've forgotten the beginning, right? So you kind of need to just watch and then skip straight to the end, okay? And compare what the difference is.
Okay, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you guys now, but you gotta go and do your homework because next week you got answer, okay? But let's take a look. Let's see. We have the.
You can't kill someone
watch
then
this
walk away
sequence.
like nothing happened.
Where's the justice in that? That son of a bitch is going to pay.
This one.
And if the cops won't make him, then I will.
Cut.
To pay.
Where's the justice in that?
That son of a bitch is going to pay.
No, you watch the whole. It should be the whole sequence. All of them are making the same mistake, right? All the girls represent
murdered my
bad
daughter.
audition.
He murdered my daughter. He murdered my daughter.
She was just a child.
She was just a child. She hadn't even done anything.
You can't kill someone and then walk away like nothing happened.
All the same habits.
Kill someone then walk away like nothing happened.
saw it.
Where's the justice?
Don't tell.
Obviously, I'm a good actor.
Don't
so-
tell yet.
Bitch is going to pay. And if the cops won't make him, then I will.
Cut.
And then just walk away.
Okay. Okay, then jump to the end.
So cute. I like this scene.
He killed my daughter. She was just a child. She'd never done anything. How can you kill someone and then just walk away like nothing happened? Where's the justice in that? That son of a bitch is gonna pay. And if the cops won't make him, then I will.
There you go.
Cut.
So,
Very nice.
so Heman says too much acting. KK says emotions.
Well, that was
You know?
beautiful, Natalie.
She's still in the emotion mode, She's not
Your
out of character
pain
yet.
was
Because
so
the
real.
character is her. That the pain is her.
She's all yeah. So what's your theory,
We'll
Eugene?
be in touch.
Okay.
Well, in order for you to find out my theory, oh my god, is it 10:59? You're gonna come back next
Yeah,
week
exactly.
before we talk about
Okay.
it.
Are you sure you don't want to give your theory first?
Okay, my theory, I just give it to you, right? When we are acting, we always talk about how the smile needs to touch the eyes. And the eyes is always where it plays up a lot of emotions. If you watch Stranger Things 4, and Bobby Millie Brown is a great actress because a lot of the subtlety is here. So you can emote here very easily, but if here doesn't reach, the emotions doesn't reach here, it's a very flat acting. That's what I think. That's what I think.
I mean, that is true. It is true, but I don't know if that's the deciding factor in this one.
Okay.
But it is true. That is a fact. That is a key part of good acting, right? I don't know. Should I give a clue so that when they watch, they can look out for it?
Yeah. Give us something to work towards.
Okay. Lah. It's pretty much the answer already, lah. Okay. The difference is if you watch the beginning, right? Okay, this is the way I would say it to an actor. Yeah. Okay, so then you can watch it and see how it makes sense to you. In the beginning, they are all acting through the lines. At the end, she is acting despite the lines. What she's saying is not what she's feeling. Her pain is something else going on. But at the beginning, when there's no words, there's no pain. You know, there's exactly 10 words of pain, 10 words of pain, 5 words of pain, and nothing in between. But in the other one, the words barely matter to her. The pain is in between, behind. You notice that her expression, her pain comes up when she finishes the line. And then you watch it carefully, compare, and you will see what I mean. You know, and that is proof. They talked about, very early on, they talked about emotional depth. Right? Which means, where is the pain? Is it on the surface, in your mouth, in your cheeks, in your muscles? Or is it so freaking deep that it's got nothing to do with the words you're saying? Right? And that's what she's got at the end. You know, so go take a look, you know, and see whether I'm right.
I always say, ladies and gentlemen, when you watch Ghost-Mortem, you get a lot of beautiful insights in 1 hour. And today, Ghost-Mortem is an acting workshop from a professional director and an acting coach and someone who's very much in the industry. So if you're watching us on episode 3 and it's very useful for you, please leave us a comment, click like and share. Tell all your friends the beautiful things that is happening here, because none of it is scripted and everything that we give you is very organic. Like the brain.
We all bring our skills to the table, right? Yeah.
Okay. 11:02 right now.
Not
We
bad.
come to the end of the show. You guys have been wonderful as always in giving your ideas for us to share and talk about. Do join us again next week. I think we're going to have a GM Square perhaps, or
yes, I think next week is GM Square.
We'll let you guys
right?
know. We'll let you guys know. But I think quite certainly we'll have something, because every 4th episode we have something a bit different for you guys.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave you guys for final movie, and this one is, tell us about it.
So this one's a little bit, okay, so I tried to find something in a similar theme. So this one is also a little bit about taking on identities, right? As our actress does. And the title is already very revealing. It's called The Surrogate. Right? The Surrogate. So very much about substitution. But it's wonderful because it is animation, which is something we rarely get to see. And the art for this one is gorgeous. Even when it's not being scary, the art is creepy. Okay, the aesthetic is gorgeous. So please enjoy this. It's by a animator called Stas Santimov, right? And it's gorgeous. It's The Surrogate.
Carol Smith is saying, we need an SC play. John, be director, please. And with that,
then we all have to eat brains. We all have to eat brains before you audition.
Well, we'll see you guys next week. My name is Eugene Tay.
I'm Jonathan Lim.
And this is Ghost-Mortem Season 5. See you guys. Good night.
Bye.
did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.